It was a good movie. I like it a lot.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, recognize a lot of things like a lot of traditional food like poutine, like the cabana soup.
Yeah.
And was it based on a true story?
Yes, it was based on Kim Thúy, who's the author of the book of the same title, Rue. It is the story of her life. Yes, yes, and the book Rue was a worldwide success. Yes, just to answer your question, sorry. So yes, it is based on a book that is called Rue, R-U, like the film, and the book was sold over 1 million copies around the world, sold in 50 languages in as many countries, and it is her very intimate story of Kim Thúy, who is the protagonist when she was, well, that's her, when she was 10 years old when they arrived from Vietnam, yes, when they left, they were forced to leave, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes.
您说，您需要话筒吗？
今天是中加我电影节，我为什么这个电影的主题是讲的是越南难民的在加拿大的成长过程，是吧？
他是1970年的时候，就是 boat people， 他们就是坐船来的，就是越南人。
为什么不采纳这个中国的？
好问题。
Do you want to use microphone?
So the question is that we were talking about the boat people from the Vietnam in the 1970s.
Yes.
Actually, Monsieur is a question interesting. Why? It's a good idea to also have a story for the Chinese people. Because we also we have refugees in the past. We also have Chinese workers to contribute a lot in the Canadian history.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that?
Well, it's Kim Thúy's story. It's her own very intimate story. It talks about, you know, it's her story. So I mean, we had to place it in the Vietnamese community, boat people. Yeah. I'm not sure I understand the question.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So 这个刚刚这个导演回答您的问题说，您这个问题是挺好的，就是问题是在于他这个电影是根据他的这个越南的这位作家的小说改编的，所以就是怎么说呢？他讲的就是越南当时1970年代的这个boat people 的这个故事。
But it's normal to have a lot of similarities with many different cultures of different times, of different conflicts and different wars. This is a story about the Kim Thúy and her family from Vietnam who arrived here in 1978. But yes, there's the Chinese workers, there's the Kosovo War, the Syrian exile. I mean, people from Haiti, from Ukraine, from Gaza. You know, history rhymes with itself, and you know, conflicts repeat and people suffering repeat, but then you have, you know, positive stories come out of there. Yeah, and it's one person story that you can relate, because it's kind of a universal, unfortunately universal story. Yeah.
对，导演说就是这个，因为故事是通过这个小说改编，但是当然我们能够在不同的这个每一代不同的这个移民的身上看到类似的影子。不过，包括是科索沃，包括我们最近的这2年，像这个乌克兰，还有这个加沙地区的这些难民，我们其实每一代人身上可能通过1、2个人都能反映到这一代人，甚至所有的这个难民的这种故事和身份。当然是就是拍摄嘛，是因为机缘巧合，如果遇到一个合适的故事，导演又比较有缘的话，那就会把这个故事拍下来。对。Next question. Yes, go ahead.
I remember the first time I watched this film, I was very impressed by how much historical trauma is involved in this film. How much of that is included in terms of the adaptation of the book? Like, what are some challenges you face? Do you want to make this film maybe a bit harsher or try to make it softer? I haven't read the book, but just as a director, how do you...
It's very close to the book. The book is very delicate and very subtle and very. It's like a whisper. The book, or it's like a lullaby. Like Ru, R-U, in Vietnamese means singing a lullaby to a child until it falls asleep. and in French, because it's also a word in French, it means is the line of water that comes out from the glacier that will eventually become a river and a stream and then a river and then will grow. But yeah, the book was very delicate and poetic, and it was a mix of what is like the harshness and beauty at the same time. So we tried to kind of have this similar, very similar experience from the book translated into the film. That we did not want to be complacent in violence or in harshness, but we did not want to shy away from it. And there are some moments, for example, the scene when the lady with the baby kind of explodes on the road. It's kind of it's a moment, it's part of a trauma of a child that saw something that a child should never ever see anywhere. And it's not explained, but a child should not have to see that, and she has to carry that with her. Yeah.
I actually see film is very subtle, right? As you said, it's very subtle, it's very dramatic, but it's actually subtle, and you're very expressive in details. So thank you very much for the question. So 我们再提2个问题好吗？就是 2 more questions.
No, as many as you want.
We have another.
Yes, in the back. Yes.
来，您说。
我问一下，他们是那个移民身份还是？
他是难民身份 ，refugee。
难民身份。还有那个歌的名字叫什么？一起唱的那个很好听。
Oh, he said it's interesting to know the name of the song that the mother is like singing, repeating all the time.
I don't know the name of the song, and neither does Kim Thúy or Chantal, but it's a song that any Vietnamese mother or father sang to their child, and it means the story in the song. It's I will help you cross the river, even if the bridge is collapsed. I will carry you on my shoulders. It's really a story or song about a parent ready to sacrifice anything for their children and help them in life. Yeah.
I have a question.
Oh, so you're talking about the song that everyone is singing
Oh,
in front of the chalet.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, this is.
Well, I would like to know too.
This is it's called Le Petit Bonheur, so the little joys, and it's a very melancholic. It's a very well-known traditional song in Quebec culture. From the writer and the singer was named Félix Leclerc. He's a national hero. This is a song that my grandfather was singing when I was a child, when we went to his little sugar shack